Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography. I'm Jason. With me is Tim.
Hi.
And, oh wait, Bill's not here because he's a little bitch. Now,
Wah, wah.
Bill needed a week off, so we decided we're just going to fill the time with talking about some records, some vinyl. We show our vinyl off all the time. I got my Screech and Weasel. I was playing Weasel Mania because you hear Ramones Mania, then you got to play Weasel Mania. It's basically the same record, but we're just gonna talk some vinyl. So, um, yeah, Tim, why do you collect vinyl, and when did
Okay.
you start collecting vinyl?
Well, when did I start collecting vinyl? I started collecting vinyl in 1995.
Which is a very weird time to start because that's like the height of CDs.
Yeah. So leave it to me to go the complete opposite of everybody else. I was definitely buying CDs in 95 as well. But one day I was in the store and I didn't have this album yet. And I saw that they had an original, like, White Zombie Astro Creep 2000 on blue vinyl. Um, and it was like, 13 bucks or whatever. It was cheaper than the CD. So I was like, okay, I'll buy that. So this was the first one I bought when it was new.
Are you telling me Astro Creep 2000 is your first record?
Yes, sir, I am.
Wow.
Yeah, a little town I went to high school in. They had one music store, and I'd hang out there often.
Bass
And
sound?
one day this was behind the counter, and I went, sold.
Bass sound?
Bass sound, yes, sir.
Shout out Steve Bertinelli. Come on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he would have been the one that sold it to me. Yeah, so that was my first one when I was in high school, and I just bought it because I thought it was cool.
I bought that bitch in like 2010. It's a repress though. It's not blue. It's a repress. It's a good
Got the
record.
OG right here. Um, yeah. So yeah, that was the first one, and then so I bought that before I even had a turntable. And so now that I had a record, that was kind of the next mission. I had a turntable probably by 97, 98 for sure. Um, and in those couple years, if I'd see something, I'd find it. I picked up, probably 20 or 30 the first 5 years. People gave some to me. I found out like a lot of bonus tracks would come out. But yeah, vinyl was dead in the late 90s, early
Oh
2000s.
yeah,
So it was hard to find stuff.
it's
But
dead
in
as
the early
fuck.
2000s, Ipecac Records started putting out 7-inch records for the Melvins. And they were like, it was all the rage to pick those up. And that's really when I really started getting into collecting. And that was like 2001 ish. And then probably about 2008, 2009 is when I made the conscious decision to stop buying CDs and to just have vinyl be my preferred format.
You said 2010.
Somewhere around there, 9, 8.
That's about right.
Because at that point, like vinyl wasn't going to die. And they were like new albums were coming out on vinyl again. And I was like, well, yeah, okay. Unless there's no vinyl print, I'm only going to buy the vinyl from here on out. Because, yeah, there was a while there where I'd buy the CD and the vinyl. So,
I'm. I was a little later than that. I was,
okay.
my 95. I had a CD collection of just. I had tower after tower of
Yeah, you
CDs.
remember the spinning ones with the 4 sides
Yep.
and like 8 levels or 5 levels of 14 or whatever it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
I fucking collected the shit out of CDs.
Yeah.
Cassettes
Same.
first in the 80s, but
Yeah. Yeah.
um It wasn't
And
until
so it was a natural progression to head to vinyl, right?
well, it wasn't natural. It was my father or my stepfather, basically my father. When he passed away, my mom was like, here's all his records. You should take them because you like music. And I grew up on these records as a child. Like, I mean, I remember him playing these records, and we'll talk about it with Aerosmith, The Who. I'll mention them multiple times, but I was like, yeah, I know a lot of these. A lot of them I didn't know, but
Mm-hmm.
so she gave me like a stack of records, and it was probably around like maybe 100 records. And my wife, she's very minimalistic. She's like, what the fuck are we gonna do with these? Like, I just need a shelf. I'll display them. Records are cool, whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, well, I need a turntable. So it's kind of like you were like, well, I have all these records, I can't listen to them, so I'll go get a turntable. So I got me a cheap turntable, and I started, spinning records, vinyl, and went out and I was like, oh well, shit, this band, fuck it, let's get Nirvana on vinyl, let's get this on vinyl, let's get that, and it's you know around 2010, I was like, why am I buying CDs? I'd rather just download it for free or an MP3 version. By then you're using USB sticks. You're using, you're not really
Streaming
listening to,
services.
yeah,
Yeah.
streaming services. Well, this might have been before streaming. It was more of a MP3s. Like,
Yeah,
I had
oh,
an
yeah,
MP3
sure, sure.
player,
Yeah, okay.
and I'm like, well, on the go, I'm listening to that. But if I'm at home, I'd rather play a vinyl. I'd rather, listen to the vinyl. So
Hmm.
I started collecting in 2009,
Okay.
2010, and I started out with my favorites. Like, well, I gotta have this on vinyl. I gotta have this on vinyl, and I'm very. It was kind of sad. I just recently, you'll see a video later of my collection, but a lot of my collection is of one art. It's a full discography. Like, if I like a band, I want all of the discography.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, kind
I
of
don't
basis
always
of our
achieve
show.
it, but I want it.
Yeah, it's like, so I was like, okay, well, Green Day is repressing all their vinyl. I'll buy all the Green Day, or I'll buy all the Nirvana. 2009, I think they redid Nirvana. One of my
Hmm.
Nevermind and my In Utero is like in the triple digits because of the pressing, because it was 2009 when I bought it.
Okay.
It's not the not the originals, but so I amassed a collection of vinyl records, and that's just kind of where I've been at since. And I think
Yeah.
you and I are lucky because there is a vinyl resurgence going on right now, and everything and anybody is being pressed on vinyl, and it's way overpriced, and it kind of
Hmm.
sucks.
Hmm. A little bit.
It
A
kind of
little bit.
sucks.
Um, you know, it's funny though, because CDs are coming back and cassettes keep trying to come back. And so, as long as analog listening sticks around, none of these formats are actually going to die. As long as humans are still able to listen. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I think vinyl it's certainly become a niche industry, whereas it was declared dead.
Oh, it was
But
100% dead in the 90s.
yeah, but literally up until the 90s, it was the only real way to listen to music.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that in and of itself, like, yeah, that should be preserved. This is recorded music as at its purest. And yeah, better artwork.
I think so,
Uh,
yeah.
one of the problems with CDs, I'm sure you remember these years. They were the dark years for vinyl, but it was also the year of the CD where you'd have 18 tracks, but maybe three of them were good. But they were just filling CDs up
Yeah.
just for content. Whereas, yeah, you find an album that was originally released on vinyl, like in late 70s, early 80s, you get 8 songs.
Yeah. Those early
In
Aerosmith
and out.
albums. Those early
Yeah,
Aerosmith albums, 8 tracks. That's it.
yeah, in and out. Um, and yeah, there's something very therapeutic about putting the side of a vinyl on and knowing you got 22 minutes to just hang out, do whatever, do the dishes,
Yep.
like read, whatever. 22 minutes, let's go.
It's very hands-on. You have to pull the record out of the
Mhm.
sleeve. You have to put it on the record. You have to line that needle up. You have to,
Make sure the needle's balanced.
yeah, a lot of especially kids nowadays, and I'm not trying to hate on the kids, but like people in the last
Oh,
20
but why not?
years, they're just like, just press a button. I don't like it, skip it, press it,
And
Same thing with movies, it falls in the same category of like, you have to invest time in vinyl. You have to invest, I'm going to listen to this record.
well, and without giving in too much away here, Jason and I were talking about something before the recording here, where the opposing argument was because it's easier. And yeah, okay, I mean, that's an argument, but sometimes actually putting in that work to do something properly and yourself is really worth it in the long run because you learn how to do things instead of just pushing a button because it's easier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you think vinyl's fun. You try making a mixtape on cassette and then having the tape eat itself, so you got to rewind it with a pencil, then find out where like you got to like re-hit record to line up the songs again to make the mixtape successful. And
I remember like you'd go to Kmart and you'd buy a cassette, and because you liked the one song, you'd listen to it and like, man, this is fucking trash. So you would take that cassette with the little fucking dots on the side of it. You take a little ball of paper, and you stick it in those little fucking things, and then you could be like, you
yep,
could record over that motherfucker.
little Scotch tape.
A little Scotch tape, yeah, and you just record over it. You make a mixtape.
Yep, yep, yeah. Or yeah, record the one song you like onto another and just
Yep.
chuck it.
All right, so we're off the cuff here at O.D.D. If you followed us, we're very old and we're drunk.
And we don't have Bill here to keep us in line.
Yeah, we don't have Bill here. Bill is our rock, our foundation, if you will. So I thought it'd be fun to just talk about vinyl, growing up with it, our love for vinyl, and some of our collection. So
Do you have your first one available that you like actually went out and bought?
no, I don't remember. Well, yeah, I do remember what it was. I don't have it with me, but the first vinyl that I paid money for and bought would have been Nirvana's Nevermind, because it's Nirvana.
Sure. Okay.
Which breaks the mold of, and we'll get into it when we talk about Aerosmith here next week or whatever time frame we're in now.
Right.
But like the first cassette that I owned was Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. The first
The
CD,
red one?
the red one.
That was my first CD.
It was also my first CD too.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, fuck this album, but it's a good Greatest Hits. But
Yeah. Yeah.
CD wise, or vinyl wise, I didn't go out and buy Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. I went out and got. I was like, well, fuck. Can I get Nevermind on vinyl? Well, I can. Okay, because it was 2009, so it
Oh,
was
yeah.
available.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you're finding Aerosmith's greatest hits on vinyl in 2009, but I'm sure it's out there at Barnes and Noble somewhere.
I think they released it for a record store day since then.
Yeah, probably.
They actually have a new
So-
Greatest Hits coming out, like a three disc
Oh,
vinyl
interesting.
set.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want
So
it,
do
but
you participate in Record Store Day? Do you have a healthy collection?
I do not. Well, for one, I don't live anywhere convenient to go to a record store.
I- I'm sure there's one where you are.
There's one in Houston, but I don't fucking like driving to Houston.
Okay, fair
When I
enough.
lived in Panama City, we didn't have shit. When I lived in Alabama, we didn't really have shit. You'd have to drive
Sure.
and I look at the list and I'm like, I don't really want any of these. The only record store album I own is Green Day's Demolicious, which I think was 2013 Record Store Day,
Okay.
2012. And it's just the demos from the trilogy. And out of my collection, Green Day is probably the most that I own, volume wise. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get Green Day. Fuck it. But
Okay. Yeah, so not to like jump too far ahead here, but of the list we're going to talk about in just a little bit, two of my six are Record Store Day releases.
that's
There
yeah.
is a value there.
Okay, all right. The only one that I'm kind of sad I missed out on was Tori Amos's Little Earthquakes B-sides. That
Okay.
was this past year. I kind of wanted to like. I was like, yeah, I kind of want that, but I'm
And I
very
find it's worth going every year. Like you're going to find some stuff that's pretty cool.
yeah.
And I've pulled the trigger on some things I had no idea what I was purchasing in the past. And I went home and I listened to it and I'll be like, I'm glad I bought this. This is great.
I just hate people. Like I hate getting out and like COVID like justified my. I just don't like people. I'd rather stay at home.
Yeah.
I hate crowds.
No, and I feel you there, but it's actually gotten a lot better since COVID. So
Yeah, I need to
as
adapt.
far as Record Store Day, but
I need to get out there.
yeah,
All right, so we thought we would give you a very quick tour of our record collection, high level view here. So I asked Tim to just, shoot a short little video. He'll show you his collection. I'll show you my collection. And so enjoy that footage.
Greetings and welcome to my living room. This is a fun little project we're doing where we're going to show you some of our vinyl stuff. I've included, as you can see, I'm usually sitting right next to them, and I've got a few shelves, so I've included a couple still photos we can flash occasionally so you can kind of follow along with the roadmap here. And of course, the camera work isn't going to be great, but I hope you enjoy this little trip. So basically I've got 2 6-cubby shelves, and they're all pretty full. So starting with the one behind me, which the stereo is on top of. This will get edited, I'm sure. So we got this one here. This is like the Mike Patton stuff. And then next to that, we've got the Ramones and the Danzig stuff. And then over there in the corner, we've got Metallica stuff, some Sepultura stuff. Below that is kind of like the down section. So I got COC, Pantera, I Hate God, all that good stuff. And then in the middle down here, we've got my P-Funk collection and my Who collection. And then I've got a couple pulled out we're going to talk about specifically, but the last corner over here, this is like my Iron Maiden. There's some Black Sabbath. And then I got a couple that I pulled out that we're going to talk about. So there's that one. And then on this side, underneath the TV, is the other. So starting over here, this is like classic rock. I got like the Doors, the Stones, Hendrix. Yeah, classic rock stuff. Next to that is I got like movie soundtracks here, and then I've got like old school metal. The Ghost is there, AC/DC's in there. There's a couple things. And then on this side is kind of like the punk rock stuff. I got like, some circle jerks and various other things there that just don't have like a full section. So, and then underneath that, I got like my Melvin stuff here. And then there's like some loose end metal stuff. Then the section here is like loose end jazz, funk, soul, R&B, rap, and then, just various stuff. And then the last section over here, I call the Dave Grohl cubby. That's where I got like the Foo Fighters, Nirvana, them Crooked Vultures, and then by extension, I also have the Queens of the Stone Age and Led Zeppelin over there, space.
See, Pumpkin, alive and well. So here's my humble record collection here. It starts out with the punk and the pop punk. Obviously the largest section. Green Day taking up almost a whole cube by themselves. But it just keeps going. And down to here. You're in the S's, the T's. Then it goes into alternative. I like my Becks, the Foo Fighters, Nirvana, stuff like that. Some cool box sets. Then a little hip hop section here. Definitely need to grow that some. Jazz and blues, pop, soft rock, pop rock. That's your Beatles, your Def Leppards, stuff like that. Journey. You gotta have some Journey, And it just gets into like some classic rock and roll, Buddy Holly, Aerosmith, The Who, Led Zeppelin. Oh, that's the heavy metal section. We've done jump genres here. A little psychedelic section. Your hard rock, heavy metal. I need to get some more of that. And then it goes down to Southern rock. I got a big section of that. My dad loves some Southern rock. And funk, soul, folk rock, Bob Dylan. I got a big Bob Dylan section. And then country, gospel, which is surprisingly larger than I thought because this is all country. And soundtracks, various artists. Got a lot of these Disney picture discs, Forrest Gump, gotta have Forrest Gump. Little Shop of Horrors. Fat music for fat people compilations, the good stuff. And of course you gotta have Christmas. Gotta have some Christmas stuff. These are from when I was a kid. Original vinyl from the 80s. And my little humble 7-inch section. I'll look at some of those later on, and then stuff I need to get rid of that are duplicates or I don't know. I still gotta catalog all this stuff. But yeah, I used to keep it in alphabetical order, but it got to be too much, so I split it all off into genres. It's about 800 and something records. What's on my discogs. I had to move half of my Stephen King collection. Everything after Bag of Bones, I had to move to another shelf because I needed more room for vinyl. And I could still use another shelf because it's always growing. I got some knickknacks up there, whatever. But yeah, that's my collection here. So yeah, that was a high level view of our collection.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
left out my 10 inches and 7 inches, but yeah,
you keep your
I do
10.
have pictures.
You keep your 10 inches separate.
I yeah, I try to keep them together.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I only have two 7 inches.
Oh, okay.
One of them,
Okay.
I'm gonna show in this video because it's one of my cool 10-inch records. But the other one's just a fucking Radiohead record, which is actually worth decent amount of money, but it's a shit ass album, and I don't want to talk about it. It's
So I
called,
got two handful stacks of 10 inches.
interesting.
Here's
10 inches just piss me off. They just piss me off.
I even have a Ramones one.
That's a record store day too. I see that
Yeah,
sticker.
yes, there it is. And I got some Black Flag. Well, Jealous
Oh,
Again.
jealous again, man. That's a classic.
Got the Melvins 83 demos on 10 inch. Um, a little Outcast Elevators.
Need you.
Oh, here's a couple fun ones. This one's actually a David Bowie record. It's Sue or A Season of Crime, and 'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore. And then that's next to this fun Beach Boys double 10 inch.
Let's see. Could it fit on an LP?
No, it's just one. It's just one. It is a
Okay.
gatefold though. It's got Surf and Safari 409. Both of those are mono. And then Isn't It Time and From Here to Back Again, which were brand new recordings with Brian Wilson that they were promoting at the time. And then the other handful here I got, these are also 10 inches. I got like a Star Wars thing. This is a fun one.
Yeah.
A Records promo, which was Josh Homme's label. Some Melvins.
Wait,
The
the
Jimi
Nirvana.
Hendrix Christmas album on green. There's also like a cool Vertigo swirl in that. I don't know if you can see it on the camera there. It's
No.
cool. Jimi Hendrix Christmas album.
The Nirvana singles is 10 inches.
Yeah, I have that's right here as well. I've got that. That's all four of them.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of that one.
That was a record store day release. This one's numbered 6941. There's 5 digits, so I'm guessing there was probably like 10 or 20,000. Who knows? What is this? Oh, that's the Hendrix. Okay. Yeah, I think 10 inches are fun. My local record store to me now calls them the bastard child of, or the bastard stepchildren of vinyl. Got to have some Mike Patton on 10 inch.
They're so gimmicky to me. Like, I don't know. I just don't like 10 inches.
You know, they are what they are. Here's a couple good ones. There's two of them here. Both record store day releases. Pete Townshend's Quadrophenia demos. I wanted to get those. So, yeah, 10 inches are fun. And then I'll grab a stack, but I actually have 2 shoe boxes full of 7 inches.
Yeah. Well,
I
hold
think
on.
7 inches are really underrated.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. You can grab them, but
Little handful here. I'm going to start with a Faith No More single. What else we got here? Some International Noise Conspiracy, Danzig, some Jeff Beck, some Kinks.
ooh, that's a good one.
Right. Some Napalm Death. A little Sly and the Family Stone. What you know about that Criswell record?
Okay.
And then I grabbed this one too. This is a
Hold up.
set.
Hold up. Go back to that Sly and the Family Stone. What is on that?
Okay. It's got Sexy Situation and Mother is a Hippie.
You ain't got that everyday people.
I got it on 12. This is just a fun 7-inch.
Sing a simple song.
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 Sly and the Family Stone albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been big on 7-inches. I pulled out a few of them. I got the Great Awake demos by the Flatliners.
Okay.
The Ataris. All Souls Day, which was. This is actually. It looks like a. There's no label on it. It looks like a demo type thing, but this was like in preparation for a new album that never fucking happened.
Did you get one of these?
No.
Discord reissued the first 6 7-inches in a box set. It's the Slinkies, the Teen Idols, State of Alert, Minor Threat, Government Issue, Minor Threat, Youth Brigade. And then there was a bonus 7-inch in here too, actually. But yeah, I mean, gotta have it, right?
Yeah. You also got to have that Aesop Rock Long Legged Larry.
Oh, nice.
Green Frog vinyl. What about some Beatles? You got any Beatles 7-inches?
I do, actually. I've got the Long Tall Sally EP.
Okay. I got that Hey Jude original.
Oh,
Revolution.
nice. Okay. Yeah, I do have a Beatles 7-inch.
I got the
And then
Pointers.
I have that new single, The Here and Now, on 12-inch.
Yeah, I was debating that one. I've got it on the.
I got it. I picked it up. Why not?
I got the Red album, so it's on there.
Okay. How are those remasters?
I want the Blue album, honestly.
Okay.
I like the Blue album more.
Sure.
I got the Pointer Sisters, Fire.
I have one of their 12-inches.
You gotta have Police, Synchronicity, Every Breath You Take. Gotta have that.
Okay, yeah.
I got some That Dog, which nobody watching this video knows who That Dog is. If you do,
but we
shout
covered
out.
them, so watch those episodes.
Yeah, go watch the That Dog videos. It's got Untitled on it. Great song.
Nice.
And I got this isn't all my Green Day, but I got a shit ton of Green Day. These are just some of my favorites. I think Know Your Enemy's pretty rare. Got the Sweet Children EP. I got the Slappy EP.
Nice.
1,000 Hours EP. My favorite 7-inch though, because I don't really like 7-inches. They're too much.
It's a lot of work, but man, it's fun to have a 7-inch party.
Yeah, but Lawrence Arms, Butt, Sweat, and Tears.
Okay.
Man, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 songs on this bitch. All top song contenders.
So yeah, I got this Ramones single box. It's got well, let's see what it's got. Some of these have sleeves, some of them don't. This is I Want to Be Sedated on both sides. Oh, one's mono, one's stereo. Okay. This one's got I Wanted Everything and Needles and Pins. Rockaway Beach with Lock It Love.
Wouldn't you rather just listen to the whole album, though?
Yeah, but so what I like about 7 inches is sometimes they are a different mix,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't get that B-side on the album.
Yeah, if they add something new, I'm all about
Yeah,
it.
they had something new. No, this was just I got a good price on it. I picked it up. There was nothing new on this release for me. Um, but yeah, like sometimes when you're having a 7 inch party, you got to have some Ramones to throw in, you know?
I want to be invited to a 7-inch party.
Man, like
We should
they're
bring
good
that back.
times. They are good times. People should bring that back.
I'm just gonna make a flyer and put it in my neighborhood. Be like 7-inch party on this date. Come on.
Bring your 7 inches. Yeah,
Yeah. Bring your beer. Bring your 7 inches. Let's go.
let's go. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. 7 inches are a lot of fun. Yeah, they're kind of a pain in the ass, and you got to dedicate that night. Okay, no, I'm getting up every 2 minutes. But
I mean, I still buy. I mean, I just bought a sloppy second 7-inch, so you know
and
you
more.
have to, because they're so cheap. You're just like, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah,
It's like $6. Yeah, fuck it.
and they really speak to the collector in me as well. I think 7 inches are the most collectible of the vinyl families.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, if you take good care of them, they're awesome.
I need to buy some fucking no static sleeves for 7 inches. I'm sure somebody makes them.
They do. Yeah, they're well worth it. I add them to every release I can.
So speaking of, I just recently added all my discogs. I just updated my discogs finally. Got all my records cataloged, except for this last Ramones that I bought. I gotta add it, but
you're at the point where you're adding them when you buy them.
yeah, it's a huge relief.
Yep.
I buy a record, it comes in, I
Add it.
yep,
And then open it.
you add it, you open it, you cut the if there's any kind of sticker on the cellophane, I slide that in, I put it in a good sleeve, put it on an outer sleeve, we're good to go. So, let's talk most expensive records according to Discogs that we own. Let's go back and forth here.
Sure. So it was my understanding of the directive that we're doing our top 6, and I assume we're going to start with number 6.
Number 6. Reload. Really?
Reload. Original print, 1997. No one was buying vinyl then, but
that's true.
One of the first I ever bought. Yeah, this is on Elektra. This is the first print. Nothing special about it. No, just regular black vinyl. It is a gatefold.
It's just the timing.
Just the timing. And it is currently my number 6 most expensive. I went with medium because my stuff's used. I always assume the max is like it's still sealed, it's in perfect condition, whatever. But yeah, even used, this is $180 for this print.
Yeah, I'm not going to disclose the actual value according to Discogs, but these are all triple-digit records.
And they move too, so anything we say here isn't necessarily accurate.
Right. My number 6 is Beck's Mellow Gold.
Wow. Okay.
This is an original 1994 pressing, Bong Load Records, which I'm shocked that they haven't reissued this. Maybe they have, I don't know, but I've got an original pressing.
I'm surprised they're not coming out with a 30th anniversary here.
I am too, actually, because it's 2024.
Yeah.
They've redone O.D.D for like 25 years. They should redo Mellow Gold. No, fuck that. I got Mellow Gold. Nobody else needs it.
There you go. There you go.
Everybody should have Mellow Gold.
Number 5.
Number 5.
This one was a shocker. Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love. This is a reissue. This came out in 2005 on Hippo Select. You can see it as gold stamped, limited edition. The reason I bought this, and probably the reason why it's on this list, is this is the original Leather Records mix. And it came with the bonus 7-inch of Stick to Your Guns and Toast to the Town. So it was a complete reissue of the very first Motley Crue album, which only 1,000 copies or whatever were made before Elektra picked them up and remixed it. And so just, an album that was near and dear to my nostalgia gland. And so 2005 was really when I started picking up to buying vinyl. Like when I'm going into the stores or shopping online, I'm looking to see if there's a vinyl option. And this one picked up. And cool little album, cool little release that's surprisingly worth a lot more than I paid for it.
Which 2005 was still before the vinyl craze had hit.
It was still right before the craze, but that's really when my craze really started. Because at that point, I had been seeking out vinyl for a couple years, and I knew that there were a couple spots online that you could get them. And then Fred and Meyer started selling them, and like Urban Outfitters started selling albums, and
oh yeah, nowadays you can get Taylor Swift at Target.
Yeah, exactly.
Special version.
Some stores were starting to pop up with Hot Topic was selling vinyl.
Yeah, I bought a lot of vinyl from Hot Topic.
Yeah, I bought a couple. I think I bought a Misfits record from them that I needed.
I bought a bunch of Disney soundtracks on picture vinyl.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds about right.
I had 2 little girls, so
Sure. Your number 5.
My number 5. I bought in Italy.
Okay.
And it's Bad Meets Evil. Hell, the sequel. It's got Eminem on it.
Okay.
It's mint condition, I got it like fucking. Of course, it's a European pressing. It goes for a lot for some reason. I guess Shady Records doesn't repress shit. I don't know. But I kind of like that song Lighter, so I picked it up. I was in Italy. There wasn't much options. And I've kept it, and it's worth a lot of money for some reason.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm willing to sell that bitch. If anybody wants to buy that for like $400 or $500, I'll sell it.
Hit you up on Discogs, right?
Yeah, hit me up on Discogs.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So my number 4 is a Record Store Day release, and it also feels like it's kind of cheating. It's the Tomahawk box set, Eponymous to Anonymous, which was the first time you could get the first 3 albums on vinyl anywhere. And it was also kind of being used to advertise that they were coming out with a 4th album. So it had a slot for it, which I have since filled. Of course, they're on their 5th album now. First 3 albums on vinyl. And then I got my 4th album copy in there. But even without that, just the first 3 was the release. And yeah, it's doing pretty good on Discogs these days. Mackie Osborne, of course, did the artwork at Keck number 35. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get
Store
Tom
Day 2012. So still just kind of right there on the cusp of when
what it would become. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get to Tomahawk.
I'm really looking forward to them. It's 5 albums. Here's 4 of them right here. But yeah, 5
I'm ready
albums. And these have all
I'm ready
been
for my next step in the patent journey.
And I think this is your next step. Because after this one, it gets really weird. Well, maybe I got a way to get you to listen to the Peeping Tom, but we gotta like talk about that. But yeah, I was really excited that these were being released on vinyl. They have since been reissued on vinyl, so when we get to them and you realize you want them too, they are available, just not in this box set anymore. Which I think you can still actually find the box set out there. So it's doing pretty good on Discogs though, so it's well worth it. And yeah, I think they're great albums. So
all right, my number 3, 4, fucking whatever number we're on.
you would be on number 4.
I don't get it, but it's OK Computer by Radiohead.
Okay.
This is a 180 gram pressing. It sounds great. I bought it because it's my favorite Radiohead record. I think it holds up. And evidently it's worth money now. I don't know. But yeah, fucking Radiohead. Shout out Colquitt. See? I know you like Radiohead.
We almost got him in the vinyl game.
Almost, yeah, he started picking them up here and there. That's our goal. We're going to get Bill to get some vinyl.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hit us up down below. Let him hashtag it up. Bill needs some vinyl.
Yep, hashtag Bill needs vinyl.
All for it. Okay, so yeah, going back to the Dead years, I will point out too that my top 3 are all that we've talked about on the show already.
Mine are too.
Interesting. Well, okay.
Technically, 2 of them we've talked about. 1 of them we talked about, and it was never released.
Fair enough. Okay. So from 2008, I have the German release of Typo Negative's Dead Again, with the red cover. This is also the one it had, so it's 2 LPs, plus a 3rd bonus LP of live stuff. It also came with a bonus DVD and a t-shirt.
I like that parental advisory on the top, like the sticker that's just stuck on the top of it.
Oh, yeah. And there's one down here, too.
Fuck that sticker.
Yeah. And then, there's like a crease in it from the mailer. This is back before they knew how to mail, especially because it's a little thicker.
Yeah.
But man, look at this booklet. You don't get this with anything else.
That right there is why we were doing Is It Art, because we believe in album artwork. The packaging, you know.
Couple red vinyls, yeah. No, this beautiful packaging. And then the bonus LP is just black, but it's a bonus LP. And so original print on SPV Germany. This wasn't actually released in the United States. This was the import only, and I was all about it in 2008. I was a little ahead of the curve, I guess.
Well, I remember 2008, 2010-ish, like, I'd buy a record and it'd be like, oh, well, it's going to be an import from Europe. You know, Europe, I think, was still
America
doing...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I got a Bjork's Greatest Hits, and it's like a European pressing. I'm like, okay, I didn't think nothing of it, but it's, you know, they don't press it in the U.S. anymore. So, shout out Europe.
Okay, yeah, always, right? Always.
But yeah, we you know, one of the things about I love album art. I really do. I think it ties an album together, or it can. I think it enhances it, makes it better.
I mean, it's
All right.
certainly part of the package too.
It's
You
part of
know,
the
it's like,
package.
yeah, the music is the most important thing, but it is part of the package.
Yeah, especially if they're involved with it.
Yeah,
If an artist is involved with it, you know it. You know,
sure.
they just give it to some marketing team to sell it. All right, my number 3
Hmm.
is a band that we talked about. We recorded the video. It took 4 hours and it was a shit show. But it's Green Day.
Who could that have been?
We're gonna redo Green Day. We got Bill. I'm waiting for Bill to see because he's gonna go see him live with the Smashing
Oh, okay.
Pumpkins.
Okay.
It's gonna be his first real rock concert, so I want him to
I
see
won't
that
redo
show.
Smashing Pumpkins.
No, we're not redoing Smashing Pumpkins. Fuck that.
Okay.
We're gonna
Okay.
redo Green Day, and it's gonna be released to the public. If you sign up to our Patreon, you can watch the unedited 4 hour long version of the shit show that was Green Day. But
I mean, maybe. I still haven't seen it yet.
shh. If any of our Patreon subscribers, all 3 of you out there, watch this and want to see it, leave a comment down below.
Let's have a viewing party.
With who?
With the Patreons.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I'll
We'll
reach
figure
out.
that out.
I'll reach out to. Yeah, I'll reach out to him, and
Yeah.
we'll do a viewing party. Me, you, and should we bring Ed back? Ed was there. Colquitt was
invited.
there.
He's invited.
Yeah, we'll do a viewing party of the Green Day unedited, unaired episode. Anyway, we're gonna redo Green Day. Don't you worry, you fucking Green Day fuckers. I got my rage tattoo. I got my love tattoo. I'm a fucking Jesus of Suburbia. I know you guys want this record and you can't get it. I'm sorry, but I have it. It's Green Day's Bullet in a Bible. It's a live version of basically American Idiot. I mean, if you look at this track listing, American Idiot, Jesus of Suburbia, Holiday. It's basically like Green Day's not that great live. I'm sorry. They're just not. You know, it's very predictable. But it's still a good.
But that captures it at its best.
This captures it. Not. I like Awesome as Fuck, honestly, which I have on vinyl too, which is my number like 7 or 8th most wanted.
Oh,
vinyl.
interesting. Okay. Okay.
Awesome as Fuck is much better than Bullet in the Bible, but you know I got Bullet in the Bible, so
Are you ready?
I'm ready. What's your number 2?
That's one we talked about recently. Songs for the Deaf.
That's crazy.
First print. 2003, Ipecac Records. I want to say there was only 1,500 of these, but it might have been 25. Red vinyl. It's also a gatefold. First time the lyrics were published officially. It has bonus track, Bloody Hammer. These first press and Queens of the Stone Age albums are ridiculous. Yeah.
That's a band that you can tell they care about the album art,
Mm-hmm.
the concept, the theme.
Well, and I know that Ipecac does as well. So when you get the artist and a company that cares, like, yeah, you got the lyrics in there on the gatefold. Nothing on the inner sleeves or anything, just plain white paper. We got that cool, like, see-through red. And all the reissues now have the red cover that the CD had, but this has
with
the
the
alternate
pitchfork.
cover. Yeah. Yeah, this is since I bought it in 2003. Being an Ipecac fan, I was just over the moon when Queens of the Stone Age signed up with Ipecac, and I was all over
Now
it.
explain I'll never be able to say
Ipecac?
it. Yeah, explain that to the viewers that don't know what that is, because you've mentioned it
Okay,
quite a few
so
times.
Ipecac Records is a record company based out of San Francisco, United States. It was founded by Greg Workman, who used to work for Alternative Tentacles, which is Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys label. And the label president is Mike Patton, the singer of Faith No More, Mr. Bungle. And Ipecac actually started because Patton put together a super group that recorded an album, and no label would touch it. And so, like, okay, well, I guess we're putting this out ourselves. And then shortly after that, because Buzz Osborne was involved in that super group, he agreed to let the Melvins like put out some releases, and the Melvins really kind of like jump started this label by giving them like 4 albums like right off the bat. And it's just really a place for Mike Patton to put out his stuff and other stuff that he thinks is cool. And in 2003, they got the exclusive vinyl rights to the Interscope record Songs for the Deaf, which was the breakthrough album for Queens of the Stone Age. It has Dave Grohl on drums and Mark Lanigan on, it's a fantastic album. We definitely watch our videos, and
That's when you know music is good, is when an artist and a label put something out and they're like, no, it needs to be on vinyl. Like, DGC owned like Beck's Mellow Gold, Loser,
sure.
That's when he broke through MTV and he was a big, on the radio, blah,
When
blah,
he
blah,
was
blah.
a loser, baby.
But he has it where the vinyl releases will be released on Bong Load Records, which was a local fucking record,
Which I'm pretty sure the Melvins put out stuff on Bong Load as well.
Yeah,
Melvins have always been on the cutting edge of independent record labels that are like worth a shit.
Yeah. When Rise Against signed to, I don't remember who the fuck, some major label they signed to when they got big, they said, hey, okay, but we still want to be able to put shit out on Fat Records. And they threw a bone and like gave them like a 7-inch of covers.
Sure. Something, yeah.
They could have done more, but whatever. They still threw that bone to Fat Rec, and it happens, and that's when a record label is legit. Ipecac is legit. Bong Load's
Yeah, they
legit.
got the vinyl rights for Song for the Deaf. They also put out what was at the time the new Desert Sessions. They also put out a new Mondo Generator album. And then they also put out, I think they were kind of like tied in with, they put out the first Eagles of Death Metal album through a subsidiary that to this date, that's still the only album on it. So
that's some shady shit.
So the main label's Ipecac. What was the subsidiary? Antacid Audio.
Yeah.
See, they're thinking. It's artistry.
Artistry or tax evasion, whatever you want to.
That first Eagles of Death Metal album's great though, so I don't care.
Well, we gotta get through Tomahawk first.
Oh yeah, for sure. The entire Ipecac catalog, there's all kinds of fascinating stuff on that label. They're celebrating their 25th year currently, and
you won me over on the Bungle train. Not Bungle, but the Patton train. Like Faith No More, it's okay. It's okay,
but it's better than what they play on the radio.
Yeah, fucking that's a low bar, but yeah.
But even for Faith No More, like they pick some of the worst songs to play.
Well, yeah. I mean, Faith No More has way better songs than What Is It? They
Right.
say, and we care a lot. They got much better shit than that.
Right.
But I mean, Bungle was fucking god damn. Bungle was genius. That's rock and roll.
Right. And Tomahawk, of course, includes members of the Jesus Lizard and Helmet.
Which we're gonna, man. That new Jesus Lizard single's pretty fucking good.
I haven't heard it yet. I need to.
It's
I need
pretty
to get on
fucking
that.
good. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's on Epic. They got the Jesus Lizard now.
See, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Epic is like the label for in the 21st century.
my second most, and again, this is up for sale. I will sell this to you. Record, according to Discogs, my most expensive record that I own is this pressing of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance.
Wow. Okay.
And I mean, it's a cool fucking pressing, dude. It's got, you gotta, if you feeling like you're rebellious, you can spray paint that shit on some shit. You got your stencil here.
That's cool.
The story of a man, a woman, and the corpses of 1,000 evil men.
It's another Tuesday night.
Just another Tuesday night. I love this record. I'm not going to lie. I think 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is one of the best albums that's come out in the last 24 years. I love it. You can call it mallcore. You can call it whatever you want. It's some good shit. But that pressing sounds like shit. It's fucking awful. It's fucking awful. It sounds horrible. My kid, she borrowed it because my kid's like MCR. And
sure.
She was like worried that I was going to be upset with her. She's like, I think I fucked your record up. And I'm like, no, it sounds like shit. She's like, yeah, it sounds really bad, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't sound good.
Weird. What year did that come out?
2009 or 10.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They just somehow they fucked it up.
Cheap press or a digital source, maybe.
Yeah, it's awful. It sucks. But it's worth a lot of money. I mean, it looks cool. It's collectible, I guess. But like I said, I want them to repress that record off of the good quality, like make the motherfucker sound good. I'll rebuy it for $20-$30. I'll sell this bitch for $500. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Okay. Did you see the Bungle albums are being reissued? They've been remastered for vinyl with some bonus tracks.
Yeah, it's like in a box set though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to buy a box set.
I mean, I have all those albums and I kind of want to buy it just for the bonus tracks and the remaster. But
yeah,
I'm really curious how they're going to remaster Sweet Charity. I can't wait.
I want the self-title. I want to buy the self-title on vinyl, and I want to get maybe California.
Yeah, I think you do.
Disco, I could go back to. I don't know if it's a vinyl purchase yet, but
okay.
The last album, The Bunny, I could skip that one, but I really want the first one. I like
it's
the
out
first
there.
one. It's gonna get some votes it's gonna get some votes in the grinder.
Yes.
And if you guys out there don't know what the grinder is, go check out our 1990s album of the decade series.
We're gonna have it soon.
Yeah, we're on 1993 right now, and it's not looking good.
And so look out, Eric Clapton's Unplugged.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna make the grinder. All right, Tim, what is your number one most expensive record according to Discogs?
Well, so I went with median, and because median is different than max.
Yeah, there's a big difference. If I was going to claim insurance, I'd claim medium probably.
Sure. Well, I'd probably claim max, but I went with the median, which I'll show you. I'll also show you the max. But the median one, which is consistently my most expensive vinyl that I own, is the Typo Negative box set. 6 albums, over 12 vinyl. It's a 2011 record store day release. Only 1,500 of these were made. This box set's been reissued. There was such a demand for it. This was the first time that both World Coming Down and Life is Killing Me were available on vinyl. And yeah, this thing's beefy. I do have a little sun damage on the back, so slight discoloration, so I'm not getting the max, which is in the 4 digits. But yeah, this is consistently one of the most expensive things I own. But, you know, in the preparation for this video, I was surprised when I clicked max, which I will do again so I get all of the information exactly correct. Led Zeppelin 2. I did not think this was a first pressing, but according to discogs right now, and it's been a while since I entered this, maybe things have changed, I will be double checking this. But they're saying not only is this a first pressing for the United States, but it's also the Bob Ludwig cut, which is supposedly a little hotter than normal releases. So I don't remember anything particularly hot about it, but I will be re-listening to it. And yeah, it's definitely a hand-me-down. This came from my parents, and so I have no reason to doubt it's a first or second pressing.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
This one shocked the shit out of me.
Led Zeppelin 4 showed up in my like top 10. It's as far as high goes. I was like, really?
Okay. Yeah, Zeppelin 2 jumped to the #1 list on mine.
Which is a better album than Zeppelin 4.
I would agree with that as well. But yeah, this is like twice as much as the Typo Negative box set.
Damn.
Yeah, this thing jumped up there. I was shocked. So I'm going to investigate a little bit more about my copy. But I do know it's at least like at the very latest, a third pressing. But it might be a first pressing.
I mean, all my dad, all my dad's records I inherited, most of them are just he didn't take good care of them because I mean that was their main form of music. So
Sure.
My Led Zeppelin 3 has a literal roach burned into it, so that kind of fucks up.
Oops.
The value of that one.
Sure.
But also,
yeah, I was shocked at that one though. I was not surprised about the Typo Negative box set. That has consistently been a high achiever on Discogs.
My biggest record.
Yeah.
We talked about this artist. It'll probably go down in value in 2028 because she'll probably repress it. But it's an original pressing of Tori Amos's From the Choir Girl Hotel.
Wow. Okay.
Which if you haven't seen our Tori Amos review, I'm shocked because it's our biggest video. You should probably go watch it.
It was a good one.
This was top 3 Tori Amos records for me. So, 2009, 2010, I was like, I'm going to, I need some Tori. I need Choir Girl. I need Boys for Pele. My Pele is worth a lot too because it's like the original clear version. But so I picked them up probably like $20-$30 on Amazon, on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Good quality, no skips, no scratches. But evidently it's worth money now because the Tory people can't get it. So I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, Discogs has been fun. I've liked logging all of my records. Some were a little bitchier than others, but I eventually found them all.
It happens. Yeah.
You're like, is that a T for a Terra? Is that a P for a Pitman? Is it just scratch to hell and back? What the fuck is this? Type scenarios, but I got them all in
Some
there.
of them definitely require some investigation. But that's kind of part of the fun, I think. And once it's in there, it's in there.
And it's weird because even records pressed now, you don't have to, there's not all these different pressings. It's like worldwide, it's blue. Worldwide, right. It's green. It's the city of Boston, you get a white. It's very...
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where the record collector's value goes in 10 years,
Sure.
Because I think it's a fad. I think the kids will stop collecting. They'll go back to...
Yeah, but I don't think vinyl's going to die again. It is.
Oh, I don't think so either. I think people like
I hate to be that guy, but it is the superior listening experience. It captures all of the frequencies that digital clips that while you may not be perceptive to with your ears, they are picking it up. And it's designed for stereo, which that is all you are, a left and a right. And the wiring's a little bad on the right, and maybe you got the chords reversed on the left, and maybe a tweeter's blown.
It does sound superior. It does.
Yeah.
It's such a warm, and it doesn't matter what you're listening to, if it's punk rock or screaming metal or Simon and Garfunkel.
Jazz, yeah.
Yeah, it just the analog sound is so much better than the compression of digital.
Yep.
There's nothing like it. So take all those colored Blink-182 records you got off your wall. Go buy you a little cheap Crowley fucking suitcase vinyl record player.
And change the plastic needle to a diamond tip.
Well, yeah, do that too. But spin that fucking black circle just once. Hear it for the first time.
The way the sound fills up your house is invigorating.
That's as crazy as you can put it on. Like this player I got behind me, I got it because it's vertical. It looks cool. But you put it on 7 and it just fills the room. And it can go way higher than level volume 7. But it's just perfect enough where it fills every crevice of your room, your ears. It just hits just right. There's nothing like it. Long live vinyl.
Absolutely.
Stick around. We're just bullshitting this week because Bill's out, and we got some new releases coming out this week. Seven Spires, which was Bill's pick, so don't hate us, and the new Calvarera, which is a reissue of a re-recording of Sepultura.
Correct. Yeah.
Album. So we'll be talking about those two records or albums, and we're just filling some void right now. So if you like this content, stick around. We're old. We like to talk about music. As always, be safe and make good decisions.